I'm Christopher German for KCTV News for Monday, October 27th, 2025. For tonight's broadcast, the stories we're following for you. A 29-year-old Klamath Falls man was arrested on Friday in connection with a series of burglaries targeting businesses along South 6th Street and Hilyard Avenue. And Oregon dropped to 39th place in a 2025 CNBC America's Top States for Business ranking. Klamath County is set for a significant warm-up, with Tuesday and Wednesday bringing some of the mildest weather the region has seen this week. We'll have that forecast for you with a look at how Halloween's going to shake out for your weekend ahead. And make sure you tune in every morning for weather from the Skywatch Weather Center, with weather from the Klamath Basin for the Klamath Basin. And tonight's news is brought to you by Hello Klamath neighbors. Like you, my wife and I work here, we shop here, we call Klamath County home. And like you, we share the news of the area with friends, the last bakery or restaurant opening, a news of road closures or local concerts. We meet friends for dinner and drinks. We look for the best deals at the grocery stores. And I would like to ask you to help spread the word about KCTV, a local television station, the only local television station, a source for news, happenings, weather, and more. We have affordable advertising options and a platform to share your stories. And we're here to help build a community, one voice at a time. Give us a call today to share yours. Thank you. Our top story. A 29-year-old Klamath Falls man, Anthony James Hurd, was arrested on Friday, October 24th, in connection with a series of burglaries targeting businesses along South 6th Street and Hilyard Avenue. The break-ins began on October 19th and resulted in more than $29,000 in stolen property and damages. The affected businesses included Casey's Restaurant, La Bella Boutique Salon, But Make It Dirty Soda Bar, Arts Towing and Recovery, the Klamath County Fairgrounds, and Eternal Hills Memorial Gardens, where there was a significant damage, was also reported to memorial structures. Deputies from the Klamath County Sheriff's Office connected the crimes after identifying a black Ford Crown Victoria with distinctive silver rims in surveillance footage from the area. The vehicle had been previously linked to Hurd during a separate fuel theft investigation. After locating and towing the unoccupied Crown Victoria, a search warrant was executed on October 22nd, leading to the recovery of a stolen WEN 4800 generator and other key evidence. Hurd was finally apprehended following a short foot chase where he fled from a deputy at Campus Green Mobile Park. The sheriff's office has since recovered and returned several stolen items, but the investigation remains active as deputies work to recover all property and investigate their suspicion that Hurd may have had accomplices. And businesses across the country are facing significant compliance deadlines on January 1st, 2026, primarily driven by new payroll transparency and wage mandates in states like Oregon and California, alongside the launch of new paid leave programs in other jurisdictions. The Oregon employers must prepare for the January 1st effective date of Senate Bill 906, a new payroll transparency law requiring detailed written explanation of wages and deductions for all new hires at the time of employment. This document, intended as a decoder guide to the employee's itemized pay statement, must clearly explain the employer's regular pay period, all pay rates an employee may be eligible for, including hourly, salary, commission, and piece rate pay, and all types of deductions, benefit contributions, their purposes, and description or definition of payroll codes used. The Oregon Bureau of Labor and Industries, BOLI, has already provided a customizable notice template in both English and Spanish to help businesses comply with failure to adopt these practices, risking civil penalties. Furthermore, employers must review and update this information annually for all employees by January 1. Beyond the significant new transparency mandate in Oregon, other states are implementing major wage and leave changes that require payroll system adjustments. And if you need that BOLI template, that's available at KCTV on the website. Now, to prepare for the January 26 deadline, businesses must proactively audit current payroll and onboarding practices to identify necessary updates. Oregon employers must immediately create or customize the new hire decoder guide using the BOLI template, while companies in California and other states must adjust payroll systems to reflect the new minimum wage rates and salary thresholds. All businesses should communicate changes to both managers and payroll staff through training on updated procedures and ensure they stay informed of new guidance from state labor agencies. And Oregon's significant drop to 39th place in the 2025 CNBC America's Top States for Business ranking, an 11-spot plunge from the previous year, reflects growing concern among business leaders regarding the state's economic competitiveness and operating environment. This ranking, Oregon's lowest in the history of the CNBC study, is largely attributed to a decline across several critical categories. The state saw its worst scores in metrics relating directly to cost and regulation. Its cost of doing business ranking fell 9 places to 43rd. Its cost of living dropped 8 places to 45th, and its business friendliness ranking remained near the bottom of the country at 47th, the only ranking higher than California, New Jersey, and New York. Beyond cost, Oregon's standing also suffered a dramatic fall in quality of life, slipping from 6th to 19th, and technology and innovation, which dropped from 9th to 14th. These declines highlight a growing struggle to balance the state's historical strengths with increasing costs and regulatory burdens. Local business advocacy groups such as Oregon Business and Industry noted that these rankings echo their long-standing warnings that the state's policies, including high personal income tax rates and challenging regulatory climate and the impact of the corporate activity tax, are eroding its competitive advantages and leading to slower job growth compared to neighboring states like Washington and Idaho. The loss of competitiveness is a key factor cited in studies indicating that businesses are increasingly choosing to expand outside of Oregon when seeking growth opportunities. And Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has announced that she is accepting applications to fill a judicial vacancy on the Klamath County Circuit Court, following the upcoming resignation of Judge Alicia Edgeworth Kersey. Judge Kersey's resignation will take effect on November 30th, 2025. The governor will fill the position by appointment, which is based on merit, and she encourages applications from lawyers with diverse backgrounds and experiences. Interested applicants must be a citizen of the United States, a resident of Oregon, a member of the Oregon State Bar, and must either be a resident of or have a principal office in the judicial district or adjacent judicial district. Completed application forms must be received by 5 p.m. on Thursday, November 20th, 2025, and the judicial interest form is available online. And the state of Oregon, through the Division of Financial Regulation, has issued a formal guidance urging financial institutions and insurance-related businesses to provide relief to residents affected by the continuing federal government shutdown. Approximately 30,000 federal workers are on payroll in Oregon, with about 10,000 estimated to be immediately impacted by furloughs or working without pay. The DFR acknowledges that these residents face temporary financial hardship through no fault of their own, and the state's directive aims to mitigate the adverse effects. The DFR encourages state-regulated entities, which include banks, credit unions, lenders, insurance carriers, collection agencies, and debt buyers, to implement several key accommodations, including providing grace periods for debt repayment and insurance premium payments, along with waiving late payments penalties and other related charges. The state recommends that financial institutions postpone foreclosure and eviction actions against affected residents. For loans and mortgages, they are encouraged to offer payment accommodations, like deferring payments or extending due dates to help borrowers avoid delinquencies and negative credit reporting. In the insurance sector, companies are asked to provide extended deadlines for filing claims beyond direct financial services. A major concern for Oregon is the status of federal assistance programs. The Oregon Department of Human Services has notified over 750,000 residents on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the SNAP program, commonly known as food stamps, that they may not receive their November benefits if the shutdown is not resolved by the end of October. Oregon universities are also managing the impact, advising students that while current financial aid disbursements are expected to continue, new awards and research grant processing could be significantly delayed by the federal closure. The state's action is designed to inject a degree of financial flexibility at the local level, while the federal impasse continues. And Klamath County Public Health officials have officially designated the 2025 fall open burning window, providing residents with the air quality within the air quality zone the opportunity to burn yard waste. The burn window is set to begin at 8 a.m. on Saturday, November 8th, and will conclude at 5 p.m. on Sunday, November 23rd. The open burn window may be canceled at any time if air quality or fire hazard conditions warrant a closure. KCPH is also issuing a reminder that smoke produced from burning yard debris is equally harmful to lungs as cigarette smoke. To ensure safety and prevent escaped fires, fire districts have set the following public safety guidelines. Wind speed limit. The wind must be no greater than 10 miles per hour. Residents can call 541-883-8127 for wind speed information. Safety equipment. An appropriate means to extinguish the fire, such as charged hose or extinguisher, must be present at the burn site. Adult supervision. A responsible adult must be present at the fire from the first flame until the fire is completely extinguished. And pile size and clearance. Burn piles may be no larger than 6 feet in diameter and 4 feet high. A 6-foot clear area down to mineral soil must surround the burn pile, and the pile must be at least 20 feet from combustible fences and buildings. And nuisance smoke. Smoke creating a nuisance for neighbors, even when burning authorized materials, may result in a request to extinguish the fire. Planning burning according to neighbor proximity and wind direction will help prevent this. And responsibility for damage. The person conducting any burning is responsible for any damage and the cost of an out-of-control fire, traffic problems, and other hazards caused by smoke. Escaped fires or burning unauthorized material may result in violations and fines. Residents in communities outside the air quality zone must contact their local fire district before open burning, as local burn conditions and risk determination their open burn periods. Residents inside the air quality zone should check with their local fire or the city of Klamath Falls inside city limits for additional restrictions. And trouble at Falcon Heights HOA this past weekend caused several residents to be denied access to their homes. Questions are also pending about the access for first responders since the HOA decided to hire private security guards and close the gates early on Friday evening. The website for the HOA states that the gates will be open from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. However, on Friday, residents were turned away from their homes when the HOA Board of Directors apparently decided to close the gates at 6 p.m. in response to a Halloween celebration on Preddy Ave. Tori Heyman and her partner Jacob Aaron have hosted Nightmare on Preddy Ave for the last 5 years without incident. However, the trouble began last Monday when the HOA Board of Directors sought to curtail the celebration by citing issues with the misconception that Heyman was offering the event for payment through her business, Tori Heyman Creations, LLC. Heyman explained to the board that the event was free and open to all and proceeded to host the event in her own backyard. Then on Friday, the board changed tactics, continuing to argue that the event was part of Heyman's business and sought to stop the event by choosing to hire a security force to man the gates that were closed prematurely at 6 p.m. The guards, by some accounts, refused entry to anyone without a passcode. thereby denying entry to some of the homeowners who were attempting to enter from the Falcon Heights HOA to return home. Heyman put the call out on social media to raise awareness about the questionable tactics of the HOA. However, the HOA has not returned calls to KCTV News, and the sheriff did return a call to KCTV about homeowners being denied entry to their own homes. Sheriff Shane Mitchell is rumored to be related to Samantha Mitchell, who is a member of the board of directors at the HOA. Heyman has stated that she intends to continue to operate the Nightmare on Preddy Ave as it is a community-based event that is open to the public. However, says that the HOA security guards are expected to be on site again for Halloween. KCTV News checked in with Tori Heyman over the weekend and learned that the security team at the HOA did not impede traffic on Saturday evening, but instead patrolled the neighborhood to ensure safety throughout the night. Heyman tells KCTV News that the vice chair of the HOA board resigned on Saturday, saying in a statement that he wasn't included in any decision-making about the haunt. KCTV News has not spoken to any of the officials at the HOA. However, the sheriff did get back to us today saying they were made aware of the issue when 911 was contacted. A sergeant was notified of the 911 call and complaints leading up to the incident. The sergeant made the appropriate contacts, and it was determined law enforcement were not going to intervene as the HOA had established ways for residents to show residency and were being allowed into the gated community using security monitoring the gate. Regarding the civil nature of the call, people who called 911 were advised to take action through their established HOA agreement bylaws. We did receive one criminal complaint, which is the sheriff, where an individual had rammed the gate with their vehicle, and the incident is now being looked into. And the heart of downtown Klamath Falls was transformed into a festive fall wonderland this weekend on Saturday, October 25th, as the community gathered for the annual Scarecrow Rose celebration. The event, a beloved local tradition, successfully coincided with the final Klamath Falls Farmers Market of the season, creating a vibrant, centralized hub of activity on Main Street. Families lined the street to witness the joyful children's costume parade, which kicked off the day's activities at 10 a.m. Following the parade, excited children in their creative costumes participated in trick-or-treating at numerous participating downtown businesses, which offered a safe and fun way to gather spooky treats. The fall atmosphere extended beyond the parade, with stations set up for free pumpkin painting and a popular attraction where guests could meet costumed characters from Star Wars Oregon. Adding to the community spirit, the event included a diaper drive to collect donations for local families. Attendees were also encouraged to participate in a friendly competition by voting for the best business scarecrow and fall display around the downtown area, with winners to be announced on Halloween. Jennifer Hackman, executive director of the Klamath Falls Downtown Association, highlighted the event's importance, noting, "This is one of the most festive events downtown, and we look forward to the unique costumes, creativity, and big smiles this event brings each year." The successful coordination with Farmers Market finale brought together local producers, artisans, and community members for a final celebration of the harvest season before the market officially closed for the year. Now let's check in with the KCTV Skywatch weather for a look at your week ahead. Klamath County set up for a significant warm-up, with Tuesday and Wednesday bringing some of the mildest weather the region has seen this week. Tuesday, October 28th, will be dominated by sunny skies following the dissipation of any morning chill. High temperatures across the basin are expected to reach the mid-50s to low 60s. The night will be mostly clear, though low temperatures will once again drop sharply into the mid-20s to mid-30s, reinforcing the need for frost precautions. The pleasant weather continues into Wednesday, October 29th. Forecast calls for mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, with daytime highs remaining mild, ranging from the mid-50s to low 60s. Overnight on Wednesday, temperatures will settle into the mid-20s to mid-30s under mostly clear to partly cloudy conditions. The threat of measurable precipitation for both days is minimal. Klamath County should expect an increase in cloud cover on Thursday, October 30th, marking a subtle shift from the mostly sunny days earlier in the week. The day will be generally cloudy with mostly cloudy, preventing temperatures from climbing as high as Tuesday and Wednesday. Daytime highs are forecast to settle into the upper 50s to low 60s range. There is a low chance of precipitation during the day, keeping conditions mostly dry, however. Forecast sets the stage for Halloween Friday, which is expected to remain mild and dry. Current forecasts indicate mostly cloudy to partly cloudy conditions for the day. High temperatures are projected to be in the upper 50s to low 60s, making for a comfortable day for any final preparations. Trick-or-treating weather is looking quite pleasant, with a minimal chance of rain or overnight lows dropping to the mid-30s to low 40s by the end of the evening. So tune in and get your views counted only at KCTV. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to KCTV on your favorite platform. And while you're at it, make sure you log on to klamathcommunity.tv for the latest news, weather, sports, lifestyle news, including these daily stories posted for you. And you will find exclusively on the KCTV news page for KCTV News. I'm Christopher German. There was a bunch of confusion last week about all kinds of how to get this app. So I posted once again how to get the Roku player to download your app, and why anybody would want to sit at a desktop computer and watch this, I don't know. But that's currently what's happening right now. Is most people are watching the news program on their desktops, and it'd be a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable to have a cocktail and go sit down in front of your television and watch it. And I don't know why anybody would want to sit in front of a computer, other than maybe you're at work and you have to do that. I understand that. But if you can, download the app on your Roku device. We're on Apple TV, we're on Fire TV, we're on Roku. We're also available on cell phones, and then we're also available on the internet. And quite frankly, if you can watch on your television with your feet kicked up on your couch, why would you want to watch it sitting at your desk? I don't know, but it's available to you. And as Americans, we can do whatever we want. We can watch this news any way you want to watch this news. Okay. Additionally to that, I put a call out this weekend. My wife encouraged me to make a video for you guys, and what I did is, and you saw it earlier in this broadcast. I'm going to include it into this broadcast. But the thing is that we're trying to keep this thing going. We're trying to keep it all happening, and we need businesses to support us. We need all. If businesses want to do the $100 deal, we're offering that. But we have a whole tier of opportunities which people can get involved in and can participate in KCTV. And that includes even sponsoring full shows. You could be the full news sponsor, which if you want to be the full news sponsor for an entire quarter, or you want to be a full news sponsor or a weather sponsor for the entire bigger season, you can do whatever you want. There are so many opportunities to get involved with KCTV. There are so many different ways that we can make this all work for everybody. We also have the social media, which is getting a ton of content consumed. We also have our website, which is on fire as well. So we're getting a lot of attraction. We're getting a lot of attention. And this is an opportunity for every business around here to be made aware of and to tell our neighbors about. And, we want to help you guys as businesses. We want to help everybody get found, because there shouldn't be anybody in this county that doesn't know about XYZ business here, or the best bakery there, or the newest car wash there. We have so many businesses. We have so many people that have hung a shingle out. We're a lot of mom and pops, and we want to make this happen for everybody. So if you have a business that you want to get out there, give us a call at 541-880-4913 and let us put a commercial together for you and we'll include it in this newscast, which is getting anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 views every day. So please do that, okay? All right, I'll get off my soapbox. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We have Wednesday, Thursday, and then Halloween is on Friday. There's a whole category. There's a whole post I put up on the news page, which has all of the events that are going on. And this week, there's trunk or treats happening all over the place. There are haunted houses happening all over the place. This is apparently Klamath Falls really gets behind Halloween, and so there's lots of people that are doing very fun things that are family friendly. But then there's also the Pikey, which is going to be hosting a Halloween party on Friday night at 8 o'clock. They're going to be doing a costume contest and giveaways and all kinds of raffles and everything like that. So if you're an adult and you don't have any kids and you don't want to go trick-or-treating and you want to go hang out with adults and get your libation on, go do that. Go to the Pikey and have a good time doing that, okay? All right. I'm Christopher German in the KCTV News Center. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Good night. We'll see you guys again for Tuesday. And thank you for watching. Good night. Thank you.